Okay, continue. Good job. Thank you.
Just jumping ahead there. Okay. So this is the chart that I had used in the past. It's made a great impact, so I'm going to show it to you again. This is a data chart that shows you how long it will take a hacker to guess your password. So if you only have numbers for 4 characters, it'll be instantaneously. And if you have a number, uppercase, lowercase, letter, symbol, and it's 8 characters long, it'll at least take 8 hours. So, I mean, that's not great, but at least it's a enough time where maybe the hacker will move on. And so these are some statistics that I got from LastPass. LastPass is a 2FA program. You can also store your passwords into it. So 45% of the people have not changed their passwords in 12 months. That's old data. 68 are afraid to forget their login information, so they write it down. 92 of passwords contain information that is accessible to anyone. Your mother's name, your pet's name, your significant other. 83% of people do not know that the information is on the dark web. So change your passwords often. Make sure they're complex, make sure they're varied. Don't use the same password for everything. I know I am very bad about that one. Two-factor or multi-factor authentication is a security system that requires 2 distinct forms of identification to access a resource. Always use two-factor or multi-factor whenever the option is available. Most logins, such as bank applications, web pages, and email servers offer this service. So even if someone knows your password, they won't be able to get past the second authentication because you have to authenticate yourself. My only note there is make sure you are the one who asked for this authentication. You know, it's always so muscle memory to just accept whatever authentication comes through. Just make sure you are the one asking for it. So it comes in a variety of ways. A push notification to your phone, a text message, a phone call, or an email. Most everyone know that two-factor came to Account Tech today. So if you have any issues with that, please reach out to myself or Carrie or Paul, and we'll get that coming. And then two-factor will also be coming to a variety of our systems, such as Realogy and Gmail. So these are some physical desk security tips that you could keep. These include ways to manage your important information and keep your personal effects safe. Shred your important documents after you're done using them. Keep your desk clear of sensitive information. Don't write down your passwords. Lock your workstation when you leave your desk. And if you're often away, make sure you set a screensaver to go back to the login screen. Use password locks on your phone, tablet, electronics, anything that is portable. Don't leave your devices unattended. A while ago, my phone was actually stolen from my car. I left for 5 minutes to head into the office. I came back, my car was unlocked, it was stolen. So in 5 minutes, someone opened my car, grabbed my phone, and left. So know where they are at all times, basically. So these are tips for using software and web pages. Make sure everything is up to date. Your computer OS, your phones, your applications, programs, browsers. Keeping them up to date will remove a lot of security risks that come with patches. Also keep your data backed up. We have a variety of ways that we could do that. G Drive is one, flash drives are another. At least try to do it once a week if you're really working on something that's time sensitive. And if you lose a week, at least it's not going to be a few months of work to backlog. Use an antivirus or anti-malware program on your personal computer. For work, we use the Viper antivirus. It looks like that little symbol there. And if you do not have Viper, please reach out to myself or Paul. And if it's not on your taskbar, this little arrow right next to it, if you click on that and then see the V, you're good to go. If not, we need to get you set up on there. Also, don't save your credit cards online. Be cautious of the site that you are purchasing them from. Not everything is legit online. Always log out of programs when you're finished with them, and clear your browsing data often. Cookies and cache, you're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs for hackers to find. These are tips for at-home security systems. While they might be obvious to some, it's always good to hear it again so you're not taking important information for granted. Lock down your home Wi-Fi network. Change the Wi-Fi name and password. Don't leave it as default that your Comcast or AT&T leave for you. Change the login to your modem. Double check that all your doors are locked and your windows before going to bed or leaving the house. Never tell anyone you're home alone. Make sure your family members are in the house, or if they're not, make sure you know that they're not in the house. Numerous firearm accidents happen at home due to someone coming back. Post about your vacation after you arrive home. Thieves can watch your social media to find out when your home is empty. An additional layer of security to your house, such as a video doorbell or an alarm system or an outdoor camera, just something to monitor situations around your house. At work, security tips. If you're alone in the office and you're feeling unsafe, lock the doors and let a supervisor know that you're alone. If you have a concerning voicemail or message, send it to a supervisor that you trust. We had one in one of our offices here. It was very disturbing. We ended up taking care of it. It was not a big deal, so thankfully that, but if you have something like that, please pass it on. Communicate hazardous situations. Trip hazards, wet floor signs, suspicious characters, see something, say something, basically. Keep important keys and documents away and potentially locked up. If you keep rental keys or keys for a listing, lock them up in a key box, a filing cabinet, just somewhere that's out of sight from someone walking in the front door. And know your limits. If you can't lift something, ask for help. We don't want to get you injured. If you have to climb a ladder, I am very bad about this one. Do not wear heels. Do wear sensible shoes, or ask someone to climb the ladder for you.
And chairs with wheels do not make good ladders. I'm guilty at that one.
That one, yes. And then for my last one, it's always be cautious in public. Always be suspicious. Always be alert. Don't be distracted by your phone, but have it at the ready. Keep to well-lit areas when possible, and tell someone you trust to know your location if you feel unsafe. Lock your car doors immediately when you get out and immediately when you get in. Be cautious when using public hotspots or Wi-Fi. That leaves your devices susceptible to hacking. Always turn off your Bluetooth signal when you're not using it. That is also an easy way for hackers to get into your phone. It's like a backdoor, basically. And secure your valuables in an inside pocket or jacket. This makes it hard to be pickpocketed. And those are all my tips I have for you today.
Great. Let me open the chat box and see if we had any comments or questions.
I also had one thing that I wanted to share too, so I can wait till the end.
No, go ahead.
Okay. This is a site that I heard about in a podcast one time where they were talking about data breaches, and there's a website. It's a silly title, but it's called, and I'll share the link in the chat. It's called haveibeenpwned.com.
Oh.
What's that?
Oh.
Yeah. So what it does is if you put one of your email addresses in, it will actually show you any data breaches from the past few years that email might have been a part of. So sometimes it goes, I mean, this is 9 years old at this point, but there was an Adobe data breach in 2013 that this email was a part of, Dropbox, LinkedIn. So if you are curious where if you're like, I want to just kind of do an overview of where I should update my passwords real quick, just to make sure that I'm covering all the bases, this is a great site just to see, like Park Mobile, right? It's a parking app, but it was last March that there was a data breach there. I had no idea. Now I can go there and change that password there because, again, as Barb was saying, most of us, if we use a password for one thing, we're using it on a bunch of other things. And that's how a lot of these things happen. So I'm going to share this in the chat, but that is a great way to just double check. Hey, here's where you may have had your email leaked.
That's awesome. Sharon asked, how secure is that website?
It's secure. I mean, you can only take my word for it, which is not worth much some days, but it was built by a team in a company that what's the word I'm looking for? Favors. It's secure. I don't have words. It's been about 48 hours since I've had good words.
They're verified, basically, is what you're trying
Yes,
to
thank you.
Great. Any other comments or questions for Barb or JD? Well, if you have any concerns, you always have your local manager, you have your RSCs, you have your managers, your RVPs, your presidents, you have HR, you have Barb, you have Paul, you have JD, you have me. We have lots of people. We love people in this company. So please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you're not comfortable with your local supervisor, or if you're not comfortable with the topic, Sarah Smith has an amazing ear, Becky West, Julie Vance, any of them are here to help, as are we. Find the person you're most comfortable with and let us know what we can do to make you feel safe and secure. So thanks so much, Barb, for hosting. It was amazing information. I will send out the presentation. She has shared it with me, so I'll get it out to everybody. The recording will go up on Schmidt Video Classroom after, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Barb.
Thank you.